The office siren trend is sparking major debate. We'll explore the viral story of a firing over workplace attire, the influence of social media, and the importance of dressing with professionalism and wisdom. Don't let a trend derail your career. Is your outfit an HR violation waiting to happen? The office siren trend is raising eyebrows and apparently getting people fired. We're discussing the line between bold fashion and inappropriate workplace attire, drawing on the shocking tale of the intern who lost her six-figure job. Let's get into it!
I'm going to tell you guys how the office siren and the young lady with the track baton are the same. It's the entitlement of that generation. At one point, not too long ago, we spent a solid month talking about how this younger generation refuses to dress properly for work and for interviews. We talked about the young lady in the shorts who went to the interview in the shorts, and the woman the hiring person said, "We want to hire you. We just want you to go home and change." And she pretty much said, "Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't feel I should have to." And then another hiring manager, HR person, came on and made a video about how a young lady came to an interview fresh from the gym, seemingly, like a bonnet, leggings, long t-shirt, and fuzzy slides, but driving a nice car. And the hiring manager knew this because she said she's looking at the young lady and she kind of glanced at her car. She didn't say how because she was checking for lack. And if there was lack, she was willing to go with that. But she said by the looks of her car and her jewelry, there was no lack. She just didn't feel like she should have to dress up for this interview, dress appropriately for this interview. And then when the hiring manager pretty much said to her, after she asked her why she was dressed that way, and she said, well, she just didn't have time to go home and change, she realized that this woman was playing in her face and told her, no, we can't hire you because she was interviewing for a front desk position. And the applicant in the bonnet and the fuzzy slides looked at the hiring manager and called her a dumb bitch. Put a pin in that. I'm going somewhere. The young lady with the baton has probably never lost, or obviously wasn't used to losing. And in a big sense, when you've been working with youth for a long time, when you've been teaching, whatever you've been doing, counseling, therapy, when you've been working with young people for a long time, you can tell the ones who at home get their way, who pretty much run their house and are never told no. And if they are told no by somebody at the school or whatever, mommy, daddy, come and fix it and make it a yes. So children who are raised like that don't know how to lose. And when they're in a situation that mommy and daddy can't come fix, when they're in a situation that they can't manipulate, then the anger and the frustration comes out and then they lash out. Because how dare you take something from me? And I can't stop you from doing it, and my parents can't stop you from doing it. I'm going to lose this, and I'm not used to losing. So you have to pay because you're better than me. That, too, is that same entitlement from the young lady who wore the shorts to the interview and the young lady who wore the bonnet and fuzzy slides to the interview. Same mentality. And that attitude also showed up with the office siren. It is the generation of, I should be able to do what I want to do because this is what I've done my whole life and no one has checked me. And especially the ones with the colonial mindset epigenetics going on and have been told they are the standard no matter where they are. Everything that I've done wrong in my life that should have been checked and corrected, I was told it's no big deal. So I walk around my whole life thinking nothing that I do is a big deal. What's wrong with what I'm doing? I've been able to do this my whole life. I tell you what to do. You don't tell me, even though I'm an intern, a former intern on my first day of work. So I can wear this tank top or tube top to a corporate office and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's not a big deal. It's going to be fine. Yeah, okay. $200K guaranteed down the drain because at several points in her life, she was never checked for her behavior. And I'm sure she's at home right now crying, wondering, how did she get fired? How did she get held accountable? Because like my other examples, they've never been held accountable for anything. And when they were, they had a savior come along and fix it. And I've been saying on this page for years and on my other pages, the children that are being raised with this you can do no wrong type of parenting are setting up their children for failure when they become adults because they were never taught how to take an L. They were never taught how to handle their emotions when things don't go their way. They were never taught how to pivot and readjust. It should just be their way and everyone else should adjust around them. And that is both sides of the same coin with Baton Girl and Office Siren. The real world is tearing their asses up.
Welcome back to another insightful session here at the Black Tea Podcast. Today, the topic that has captured my attention, and I believe warrants our thoughtful consideration, is the emergence and subsequent controversy surrounding the Office Siren trend. This trend, inspired by late 90s and early 2000s fashion, advocates for more form-fitting and, in some interpretations, more overtly suggestive attire within the professional sphere. As a conservative Christian woman, my immediate reflections on such a trend are naturally shaped by my understanding of how we are called to conduct ourselves in all aspects of life. Our faith teaches us that we are ambassadors for Christ, 2 Corinthians 5:20, and this includes how we present ourselves to the world. In the context of the workplace, which for many is a significant part of our daily lives and interactions, our attire becomes a nonverbal communication that can either support or detract from our professional goals, and, more importantly, our witness. The sources we have examined bring a stark real-world consequence to this discussion. The anecdote of the intern who was reportedly fired on her second day for wearing a leather miniskirt and tube top to a six-figure job serves as a powerful, albeit cautionary tale. While we might debate the specifics of that particular situation or the employer's actions, it undeniably underscores the reality that workplace dress codes exist and are often enforced, with potentially significant consequences for those who choose to disregard them. These aren't abstract suggestions. They are often conditions of employment outlined in contracts. It's crucial to move beyond simply reacting to a trend and to delve into the underlying principles at play. While the desire for self-expression through fashion is natural and understandable, as Christians, we must always balance this desire with the principles of modesty, professionalism, and respect for the environment we are in. The workplace, in most traditional structures, is a professional setting established for specific purposes. Our attire should facilitate, not impede, those purposes. One of the sources rightly points out the debate around whether such trends are appropriate for the workplace. While some fashion creators defend the office siren as a balance between professionalism and bold fashion expression, incidents like the fired intern and the strong reactions against such attire suggest a significant disconnect between this online ideal and the expectations of many employers. It's also concerning how readily these trends, often originating from social media influencers, are embraced without critical evaluation of their real-world applicability. We must cultivate media literacy and recognize that what is celebrated in the often hypersexualized world of social media may be entirely inappropriate and even detrimental in a professional setting. Furthermore, discussions touch upon what appears to be a sense of entitlement in some younger generations, a feeling that personal preferences should supersede established norms and expectations. From a Christian perspective, humility and a willingness to serve and respect authority are foundational virtues, Romans 13:1. While advocating for fair and just workplaces is important, a dismissive attitude towards established guidelines simply because they don't align with personal preferences can be counterproductive and reflect a lack of understanding of the professional landscape. Consider the practical implications. Many of us strive for financial stability and the opportunity to use our God-given talents in meaningful work. 2. Jeopardize a promising career, especially in today's economic climate, over a fashion choice that is widely considered inappropriate, seems to lack wisdom and prudence. Proverbs 4:7. We are called to be good stewards of the opportunities we are given, and that includes understanding and respecting the expectations of our employers. Some might argue that workplace dress codes for women have historically been rooted in the male gaze and a desire to control women's bodies. While there may be historical validity to such arguments, and it's important to advocate for fair and equitable treatment, the answer is not to adopt attire that could be construed as overtly sexualized or unprofessional. Instead, we should focus on demonstrating our competence and professionalism through our work and advocating for respectful workplace environments while still adhering to reasonable standards of dress. It's also worth noting the perspective shared about the workplace not being originally designed for women. While this historical context is important to acknowledge, it also underscores the need for women to navigate the existing structures with wisdom and discernment to ensure our continued progress and success. Choosing attire that aligns with professional norms can be a strategic way to ensure we are taken seriously for our skills and contributions. Ultimately, my reflections lead me back to core Christian principles. We are called to live lives that are pleasing to God, Colossians 3:17, and this includes our conduct and appearance in the workplace. We are also called to love our neighbors as ourselves, Matthew 22:39, and this includes being mindful of how our attire might be perceived by and potentially distract or offend others in a professional environment. Therefore, as you encounter these fleeting trends and the often conflicting messages online, I urge you to anchor yourselves in wisdom and prayerful consideration. Prioritize your professional goals and the blessings of meaningful employment. Seek out styles that are both professional and allow you to feel confident without crossing the lines of what is generally considered appropriate for your workplace. There is ample opportunity for personal style within the bounds of professionalism. Let us not be swayed by every passing trend, especially those that could potentially undermine our professional standing and our Christian witness. Instead, let's be women who are known for our integrity, our diligence, and our respectful conduct in all areas of our lives, including the workplace. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Black Tea Podcast. I trust these thoughts have provided some helpful perspective. Please share your own reflections in the comments. Until our next conversation, may God's grace and wisdom guide you.